Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. And the applause is for me. That one's for me. I'm making money today, so you know what? Let's all celebrate. I was cruising around the sub 500 popularity coins and saw yet another knockoff BNBPay. I think it was around 500 or so on popularity, trading at a penny and a half. And it got me thinking, Alchemy Pay, Assemble Protocol. You know what? To an extent, small extent, Cody. And now BNBPay. These things are all eerily similar, both in their tokenomics and their fundamentals. Effectively, they are closed ecosystems. Buy their tokens, use them in their ecosystems to purchase goods, get cash back or token rewards. Consumer incentives. The AMP community was really firing away about consumer incentives just not too long ago. It was the cause, and there was an awful lot of debate on it. When Visa was rattling their sabers about moving into the digital payment space, and from what I've seen over the last couple of months, their saber rattling was press releases. That was about it. The Empire went droopy dog real quick because AMP doesn't work that way. Consumers demand incentives. AMP can't do it. So it was game over, man. It was just game over. Now, clearly, that did not come to pass. So when ACH and Assemble, and you know what, soon to be BNBPay, when they rolled out, offering just these very things, a lot of the Empire jumped ship and moved on over to the ACH and the Assemble. Sick of AMP. It's not moving. Got to get that money. I certainly understand the desire for profit. I'm in crypto. All right. I want profit. But it makes me wonder if they read up on these projects before shoving the money in. If you read their white papers, which I did, you see the formula for these tokens, and they are all effectively the same. The creators, they're not going to get rich building Amway, meaning the tokens have value for goods in the ecosystem and effectively no value outside of it. They're going to make their money harvesting and selling the user data. This is not conjecture on my part. This is in their very own white papers. It's not a hindrance to the token. It's the reason for them. It's a feature. They will bundle that data. They will sell it to governments, advertisers, and you, sir, token user, just became a target for ads catered to your very desires, like shoes or clothing, electronics, whatever you just bought with ACH. You are going to see a lot more of what you like. They guarantee it. Again, it's a feature of the product in their very own words. ACH does it, Assemble does it, BNBPay will do it, and the 5 or 6 more that are going to spawn out over the next year, they will do it as well. It's a formula now, and it works. But are these the AMP killers? No, not at all. They might be the AMP investor killers to an extent, but they are no threat to AMP. They're not the same thing. They're not even close. AMP is about value transfer. Now, it's currently being used in digital currencies, but at the time that it was dreamt up, spending crypto was not even rationally considered, not even wildly considered. Right now, it's about spending crypto, but I don't believe for a second that it is the long-term intent for AMP. AMP is a collateral token, and it can collateralize anything, any state of value. It is an asset-agnostic pay rail. It was designed as an asset-agnostic pay rail. Anything in and anything out. If it was designed and implemented as such, why would one think that its sole purpose is digital currency? Why would hypothecation be built into it? You know, I digress a little bit. That's a different conversation, and we take that argument apart on the live streams all the time. But as digital currencies are currently all the rage, at least in the crypto community, let's get back to the comparisons. This is sort of a versus video, I guess. Lightning Network, digital payment processor built on the AMP network. They needed an asset-agnostic pay rail for what they did next, and that was to move into El Salvador. Those uppity Central Americans went and made Bitcoin legal tender, a national currency. But how to handle it, how to process it, how to bring it to everywhere. Lightning Network. Bitcoin in, dollars out. Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out. Anything in, anything out. How do they manage to do that? They built it on AMP. Now, could ACH do that? Absolutely not. Assemble protocol? No. Cody? No. Whatever is next, they cannot, unless it has all the features of AMP. And it's not going to stop at El Salvador. This might be speculation on my part, but seeing as how Ukraine sent representatives to El Salvador to see how they did it, I don't think it is wild speculation. Panama, Brazil, Venezuela, they are all discussing it publicly. When the time comes, are they going to be looking towards ACH to solve their processing issues? You know that they won't. Honestly, this is not a fair comparison in any sense because these products are so wildly different. One batch, and I call them a batch, is a purely closed ecosystem which allows you to buy products if they exist on the closed networks. More merchants coming soon, we promise. It's on their websites. They document and store everything. The who, what, when, where, why, and how much. They bundle that data. They sell it to whomever wants to buy it. That's where they make their nut. Do you think Google is altruistic? They built a search engine because it was needed? It's sort of. It was. And then what did they do with it? Every click, every visit, every redirect. Stored and sold. And you know it. ACH, Assemble, BNB, they're all doing the same thing. Now, these products might offer convenience, but it comes at a price as it always does. AMP does none of these things. No harvesting. They can't. It's not capable of it because it was never considered, and it is certainly not a feature of the product. Flexus states very publicly that privacy is a critical feature of their product. And I believe them because I don't see any mechanism in place on the system to do what these others are doing. I'm not saying it's not built into it. Maybe it's just way, way deep. I just don't see how or where. It will log that a transaction took place. It has to. That's how the network works. But considering the nature of the transaction and the method, your wallet is anonymous. I just don't see how they would do it. Now, again, I'm not saying that I built it. I'm just saying I don't see how you would do it. I just don't see how. If you want to be profitable, if crypto is just about the profit for you, get in early on these knockoffs, and you probably will be. I certainly was. I bought Alchemy at 1.5 cents. I bought Assemble at 2.5. I bought BNBPay at 1.5. I madly profited on the first two, and I will on the third. And I do like to profit. But long term, as digital currencies get real and become a cultural method of payment, these fly-by-night projects will be long gone and buried, and AMP will be truly ascending. It's still years off. Years and years off. No doubt about that. And I strongly recommend you earn your profits on whatever else you can earn them on. Use those profits to buy your AMP. But as far as any of these other things being the AMP killer, no. None of them can do what AMP can do. Not even close. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I haven't done just a pure AMP video in a while, and I wanted to give you my thoughts as we continue to see more and more and more of these clones rolling out. Take a look at BNBPay. It will probably list, and when it does, it will probably 10x. So just have some dough in before. This is not financial advice. Hope you guys have a good trading day. be profitable. That's it.